Everyone's been raving about Diluc since his new skin drop, and quite honestly, so have I. The unfortunate part is that I have him and have had him 80 out of 80 for about a year and have been wanting to build him ever since. Luckily, a new skin has dropped that not only looks sick, but has a bunch of cosmetic and sound effects added to it. Unfortunately, though, my lack of Genesis crystals leads me to wait till I buy more, but that'll be done later in the video once I finish building him. Till then, we're sitting at a suboptimal artifact set of 2-piece Crimson 2-piece Wanderers due to me not having enough Crimson artifacts farmed for him. I do have a decent one for Hu Tao, but I'd prefer not to mix her pieces around. Artifacts aside, his stats don't look bad with sufficient crit rate, crit damage, and EM, so I feel like I can worry about his main thing, his level cap. If we're gonna fight the boss, we're gonna need a real team. Oh. Boom. And I would place Kazuha here, maybe Sucrose. Yeah, why not? So let's do it. Alright, so good news. I was able to actually get a good 4-piece for Diluc now. For Crimson Witch, so now I'm gonna get the whole total damage bonus. I got this pretty good Elemental Mastery Sands just recently. And let's see. The hat I've been having, this is the Pyro Damage Goblet. This is the flower. I took it from Hu Tao though, because I could have used this one, maybe get some crit rolls, but there's no crit damage, and I don't really need like the other stats. Maybe the attack percent would have been fine, but if this was crit damage, it would have been so much better. I'm not gonna hate though. This feather right here, it was a mix between this one or this one. Don't really need the energy recharge. He gets it pretty fast. Plus, if I play him with Bennett, he'll be Gucci. So you know what this means. We are ready to go to the shop and actually get his outfit. Oh, that's 20% off. Fuck it. Goodbye, gems. It's so sick. The only thing I'm missing for the Diluc now is a Wolf's Gravestone. God. It looks so good. We'll go ahead and test him out on Abyss later, and we'll see what goes on. I decided to lie a little bit and, give Diluc some screen time here with his own personal quest on the hardest difficulty. So hopefully you guys will forgive me and just enjoy this little montage that I'm about to showcase right here. my god, we did it. Barely, but we did it. I hesitated a little bit at the end there because I was like, oh no, the time. I got no time. But I did it. If I could do it with the Luke, anyone could do it with the Luke. Now, the real test comes whenever you do Masanori, and if you can't clear Masanori, then your DPS just isn't going to be good, or at least at a respectable time. So, you know what? It's time to do it. All right, looks like it's time. And quite frankly, I'm a little worried because my Diluc still isn't going. Oh, okay. Well, it's okay. Gather energy for Bennett, swirl Kazuha, go for Xingqiu, gather your burst one more time, and wait for his attack string to end because otherwise I won't be able to do any damage with this man. Boom, boom, and burst. He blocks, no problem. We'll continue. It's honestly crazy because he's been blocking forever now, and it's just like whatever, dude. If you're gonna be a little hoe, then I'm gonna be a hoe right back. Once I fucking clap your cheeks, man. Come on. Yup. How do you like that? Take the swing. Take another one. Bam. All right. Burst. Bam. Okay. Well, that didn't do too much damage, but the Luke did end up doing pretty good damage. So honestly, I'm not very upset at this at all. It's the Magu Kenki. You can't really be upset or anything. So once you clear him with almost any character, then that's kind of it. Now everyone's wondering what kind of teams do I play with Luke? Now, when it comes to teams, Diluc's teams are pretty standard overall. However, some work better than most. For instance, regular class gold Diluc Vape is probably going to be your best bet, especially with Xingqiu. However, because Diluc doesn't need any extensive Hydro application, unless you have like Kazuha's Burst Up and it's infused with Pyro, you can kind of just avoid that by attacking in between the strings that the Pyro would be applied. If it is infused with Pyro. Of course, Kaza in this team is going to be able to facilitate you with extra damage bonus along with VV Shred. Ben is going to be able to increase your damage almost double due to his burst. And of course, instead of Xingqiu, you can always play Yalan if you want to, utilize some good damage, right? Aside from that, there's nothing too much different about this team. So, just make sure that you're utilizing your characters well so you can actually vaporize every consecutive uh, swing from the Luke skill. Now, when it comes to melt teams, there's like two specific ones that I've seen roll around that are, overall pretty good. Number one is Daddy Melt, and that's the name I gave it. Don't mind that. Of course, you have Diluc and you have Bennett, your classic runner-ups for being able to increase your damage, plus give you extra damage bonus if you have him at C6, which not a lot of people do, but yeah. And then, of course, you have Kazuha. And, well, Kazuha, instead of trying to infuse his burst with anything but cryo, that is exactly what you're just going to want to do. Once you utilize Kaya's Q, you're going to go into Kazuha Q and make sure that you have a cryo application in that as well. Because Kaya's burst follows standard ICD rules, and the icicles act as such, he can only apply so much cryo, and so Kazuha is here to back him up with that. And then, of course, he can also provide energy, assuming he has Favonius for Kaya. That way, Kaya doesn't need to have too much energy in order to get his burst back. Because, of course, he's not going to be on field that much, right? And then, of course, if everything goes right, the Luke is going to be able to melt his damage very consistently. But I think, personally, a better team than that is the Rosaria Sucrose Melt team. Now, we all know Sucrose has a habit of not being able to consistently be able to infuse her burst well, but with the addition of Rosaria having a wide AoE burst, she's going to be able to do it 90 if not 100% of the time, assuming there's nothing else interrupting. Same gimmick as the other one. The benefit that Sucrose gives you over Kazuha, of course, is going to be the added elemental mastery that you get. And unless you have Kazuha C2, you're not going to be able to have the same benefit as Sucrose has right here. Yeah, and then I guess the last one is, a very safe team for Diluc being dual Hydro with Zhongli. Maybe instead of Zhongli, you want to use someone like Toma, or maybe instead of Toma, you want to use, Diona, just in case you think you're gonna need the healing. I would say if you have Zhongli though, go ahead and utilize Zhongli, not only for the strong shield, but for the 20% resistance shred for all things that deal damage. And then of course Yelan is going to be able to increase your damage over time, as well as apply a good Hydro application. Same thing with Xingqiu, and then of course Diluc just being able to just melt all of that Hydro away. Not melt, but vaporize. So that's the gimmick for the teams that you have for Diluc. And real quick, just to summarize my Diluc's build, currently have him on a 4-piece Crimson Witch with stats as follows: 86, 81 with 224 Elemental Mastery, 105 Energy Recharge. You don't really need that much. And then for the weapon, I do have a Refinement 3 Serpent Spine, which since I'm making this video, I should refine 4. There we go. Even more damage. Wonderful. Now, aside from that, there's multiple weapons that you can give Diluc. You can give him a range slasher, of course, just like I mentioned before in this video. But other good ones are going to be as follows, which is like Wolf's Gravestone. And that's probably it for all the weapons that you might want for this character. Aside from that, I don't think there's any others that you should use. No one's going to use the Bell. No one's going to use Fav Greatsword. Yeah, no, it's just, there's nothing that's going to be able to compare. Maybe Luxurious Sea Lord, it does give you an attack boost, it's not that bad, and it gives your burst more damage, right? Of course, this is also a weapon that was given for free, so Luxurious Sea Lord could be an option if you wanted. And the attack percent, is going to be able to be great for someone like Diluc, due to the fact that, let's be honest, if you're running this, you're probably not going to have a lot of attack. But of course, that's when Bennett becomes a little bit more powerful in your team. So yeah, that's going to be it for this Diluc showcase. I am really glad that I was able to finally build him and build him well. It's been a goal of mine for almost a year now, and I've done it. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please give me a like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/rgbfox. All right, see ya.